Hello and welcome to PolyInnovator. This is the Poly and Content Digest review of Recast.Studio. This is a tool for repurposing your audio and video content into engaging social media posts. And so today we are going to be going into Recast and we're going to go over the website real quick and we'll get into the tool itself and just go over the tool and just share my thoughts on it. So first and foremost, loving the GIFs. This whole site is filled with them. That way it gives you a nice visual representation of what it can do. You can see there it has the key moments in the video. It also has an AI tool allowing you to help find clips, making it much easier for you to actually identify in your video. We'll go into that as well. Scrolling down here, pretty simple. 1, 2, 3, you get your upload, you choose a template, and then you can actually customize it to what you're liking. And one thing to kind of note before I forget is that you want to make sure your template is nice and well defined, and then once you make your clips, changing the template won't necessarily change the clips. So make sure your template is perfect before going into actually applying it to the clips. Next is just converting into an audiogram. So we noticed up here, there's a video meme here with Simon Sinek, and that's the term that people use for those little micro clips for video, but then you also have the audiogram, which is the one down here. And one thing they talk about on here is making a Facebook audio kind of thing, because it's one of those things where Facebook and Instagram both don't let you, and Twitter don't let you post audio to those platforms. So by turning it into a video, you're able to share parts of your podcast on that platform. Now, personally, my interviews are video based, and so I just use the video meme format, but I also think that some of my micro polycasts will do really well as a little video like that. Once again, the video meme, here's a little preview of the editor, which we'll get into here in a moment. Nice little testimonials there as well. And yeah, just a really nice, well-designed website. Let's get into some of the meat of things.
Dustin Miller, PolyInnovator.
All right, we are here at the dashboard, which is what you're going to see when you first log in. Now, just ignore some of the stuff over here because that's going to be different for each person. But when it comes to the dashboard, I like how it's simple, but it has enough details in there. You can kind of go where you need to go. You can go into templates. You can go into the branding, which I love how they actually have a brand preset allowing you to actually do your defaults. Let's just see what it looks like. It's not that that's bad. Yes, I have my colors there, my swimming blue, my modular education gold, and my regular red, and my 2 grays. And not to mention too, I uploaded my own font too. So if I want to use it for the title, I can. Going into the dashboard, you have 2 options here. You have create an audiogram or create the video meme. Videogram, honestly, that's probably a better word for it. I haven't actually heard that word yet. And then I have a few test videos down here. And so let's go into this one here. It's basically just, I took this video, I put it into a test. Honestly, the actual video itself does not matter. I just wanted to show you what it's like. So let's go ahead and click this one and go into it again. Or actually, hold on. Let's click Videogram, go into this video, and it allows you to actually automatically catch captions, which is good. That way you can actually have all those words listed out and you can actually edit it by the text. You can choose what language it's in. And then one thing I really like is how they have a wide selection of templates. And they even have some new ones here too. So almost like a TED style format in this one. And then on top of that, you just have different colors, and you can change all these colors to your liking. You get the more Gary Vee style. I definitely really like this kind right here. So let's go ahead and go with that. This is just a test. Right off the bat, this is a very short video, so it picked up pretty quickly, but just keep in mind that with a longer video, it's going to take longer to transcribe. And so one thing I really like is that this particular video had a lot of text when it came, or like a lot of text on screen because it's a video game.
Healing up. Give me a second. 10 seconds, right next door. Easy.
And in this clip, there's a lot of voice lines that don't get picked up by the transcription, but that's because they're more in the background. So I thought that was kind of neat how it kind of picked the ones that were important and didn't have to do anything else. Down here is just some text. You can put your name, your username. You can replace this logo with one of your own. PolyInnovator Gaming. This is the title. So let's just say Apex Win. WTF. Boom. Let's change the yellow to my particular color. Oh. Yeah, there we go. And so just quickly going in here, and one thing I want to mention too is that it actually has the hex. I hate how a lot of tools, especially on Firefox, don't have hex. This is on Chrome just to make it easier today, but yeah. Now I will say most of the tools I work with work fine in Firefox, but Chrome is the better option for most tools just because most platforms are going to be coding and specifically gearing it towards Chrome. Next, let's go ahead and change the aspect ratio. So I'm not going to do wide because I don't really need wide for my video, but let's check out the vertical. And as you can see, it automatically places the video and the text right in the right spot. It even has the little timeline at the bottom here, so let's skip ahead. You can see how it's going along. I love how it matches the color up there, making it a little bit better. Let's say this is actually a little small, so let's increase the size a little bit to maybe 125, 150. Nice. It's a short title. I definitely don't like that font, so let's change it to my brand font, Apex Win for the win. Now, when it comes to this particular title, this font's a little bit weird, but considering Apex is weird on its own too, there we go. And Control-Z works. Now, going into this, we can actually go over here and just take this out. Let's say I want to cut that part of the clip, and then go in there. Let's go back.
Healing up. Give me a second.
Save changes.
10 seconds, right next door. Easy.
Charging up my shields.
So, I don't think it trimmed there per se, but it might have just taken a second to load into it. But I can also go down here. So let's say I want to trim the video. I don't want the full 1 minute, 20 seconds. That's not going to necessarily work for, let's say, YouTube Shorts. So let's take the edge here. Or actually, I might cut out the beginning a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's go by about 30 seconds, all the way about right here. And then my clip starts where the action starts. And that way the video itself is about a minute long. You can see how it's 58 seconds. And that way it can actually work on YouTube Shorts and Reels. And you can see the playback is pretty quick as well. And you can see how there's tons here that were left out. I pressed the undo, brought it all back. Nice little quick and easy features. And you notice how it's pretty responsive too, not having much issues with that. We can go ahead and download. You can do full HD all the way down to SD, depending on like just if the clip actually really needs it. Since this is a gaming clip, I'll do full HD. And it brings you to this page to let you download. All right. Now, I went back to the dashboard because I just want to show you. I actually tried a few different ways. I tried using the recast video as well. I even tried doing the gaming. I tried my own particular video when it came to the POLYCAST. The same video actually that was in the other tool that I use. I've been trying to use the same video per tool. That way I can kind of compare and see which ones it picks up. I even tried a karaoke video because I had an issue with my recording was horizontal. I wanted it to be vertical, and it's too long a format for some of the other tools out there. Recasting looked a good option. Just toss it in there and see if I can make it vertical. And it was. All right, so I forgot to record me making the clips real quick, so I just thought I'd come in and edit another video real quick. So going over here, not the elements, but right below, you'll get these options to create a new clip. And if on the transcript itself, you can actually highlight and just say, I want this to be a clip, new clip, or you can do the AI. Going in, create the clips. You want to make sure you have finished all the changes to your template first. I mentioned this earlier. You want to make sure it's completely ready to go. Let's just say this template's ready for me. I did all my editing. You create the clips. The last time I did this, it actually created 17. So let's see how much it comes up with this time. I'm going to pause just. Oh, actually, I'll do it in real time. That way people can see. It didn't take too long the last time, but I have a lot going on. 17 clips, so it's the exact same as the last time. You can go through here, and it gives you a little title for each one. I also love how it capitalizes it like you would on an actual clip. Yeah, go through, and just easy as that. Now, let's go into the pricing. So, as I said in the written part of the review, which, by the way, this video is one part of it. It's a little bit quicker. The video is a bit quicker than the blog post, which is a little bit more extended, so that way you can go in there and see some screenshots, see some more personal stories, that kind of thing, anecdotes. So I definitely encourage you to go check out the written review down below. And what I said in there is that the pricing gets pretty exponential there, as you can tell. This right off the bat, this seems like a little bit, whoa, that's a lot. This is where you're probably going to be sitting at. This is the professional one, where even for me, that's probably going to be enough. First off, no watermark. That's exactly what we want. Although, for a tool like this, I probably wouldn't mind having a watermark. It's the tools that I don't like that always force the watermark. And then the 45 minutes per export time per month. That's counting the edge of it. So like that 1 minute video that I just made will go towards that 45 minutes. That's a lot of minutes just for the first plan. And even if I was doing 6 videos a week for all the PolyCast interviews, I still probably wouldn't be getting barely close to that total. And then on top of that, you can go up to 20 minutes long. Really don't need to in this particular case, but it's still really useful. And I like how up here, if I wanted to export my videos into, like, let's say an IGTV video, you can go into the premium and do that one. Automatic subtitles, add your own watermarks, which is honestly surprising how a lot of tools don't have that. Podcast the video, which is pretty useful. Reusable templates. Once you make a template, you can reuse it. Perfect. And then there's also a nice little free plan here too. So that way every month you can just try out making a video. If you just want to do one video per month, this is a great way to take advantage of that. Once again, testimonials. Wow, that's a lot. And then we have the whole convert to audiogram, subtitles to videos. So having, honestly, some subtitles to your videos could make a big difference because most people don't listen to the audio. Like when you're scrolling through Instagram feed, the audio is automatically muted. So by having subtitles, they're actually going to sit there and engage with that video for longer before they might decide to actually click through and listen to it. And in the blog, there's just some good content on here. I just wanted to share that as well. When it comes to this particular tool, I've had some limited experience with it. I think it's one of those tools that stands out when it comes to the quality of the website and quality of the user interface. I love that. It makes it easier to get in and just kind of dive right into it and have an experience that you might not be used to. And one thing they also offer is this guide here. Ultimate Guide to Podcast Repurposing. Free guide, just check out on the website. I'll leave a link in the blog post. When it comes to the video repurposing platform, Recast.Studio, it really helps you get into the whole Gary Vee mindset. Like, okay, I'm going to post 60 times a day, that kind of thing. And you can see how even in their templates, he's one of the main people there. It's definitely a motivational factor for them as well. And I think it's interesting because there's a lot of platforms that try to go for that, and they try to go for duplication, but the quality of the videos aren't always there. Like I've seen some tools out there that just have just 2 colors, that's it. And I mean, sure, that's what it is, but it makes it easier to add more to it. Let's say you want to have that nice little logo, you want to have a nice little timeline across the bottom too, not just 2 lines and an image with a little bit of text. And so beyond that, some cons, I would say that like the price is kind of steep. $22 a month is not easy for someone like me who doesn't really generate much income from content just yet. And it's one of those things where a lot of people that might not be viable. And I find that for what it's offering, it's a good price, but that free plan might be better for a lot of people too. But at least go give it a shot, and then you can go in there and see whether or not it's worth it for you. Now, before I go, I wanted to talk about some cons. Just like with other tools, the transcription often gives me a lot of hard time with the PolyCast. So let's look at the screen here. As you can tell, it got the name technically wrong, although that's probably the closest I've seen from a lot of them. I might have already gone here and edited this particular part of the transcript for PolyInnovator, but you can see how down here it's not spelling it quite right. It said Justin instead of Dustin. And again, this is the limitations of the transcription, not so much the tool itself. Every tool is going to have this particular issue, so that's okay. I'm not really giving it a hard time. Just go in there, change a few names here and there. I had to do the same thing in Otter AI as well. And then beyond that, I did have some issues when it comes to ease of editing. So whenever I get into here, like I'm trying to click on this to change the color, I had to go up here in order to change it that way. That's just something I figured, like ease of access is probably something they'll work on eventually. They have a lot of stuff, I think, coming in the backlog. And so being able to just click that, change the color when I want to would be really nice instead of having to go out of the text. Because I can click here and it'll bring that up. But when I click here, it doesn't bring up the colors. That's just something that's nitpicking, but one of the things I wanted to mention. Please let me know what you guys think. If you have tried this tool, leave a comment on the video, see what you guys share your thoughts and tell me what you think, because I'm really excited to hear about this. And again, go check out the blog post version of this review because I go a little bit more in detail about the other parts of it as well and just my experience. And yeah, please, thank you, like, subscribe, have a great day.